3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Start the drive. Open man right side is Shark. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be late with a 3rd and 2. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now back to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 35 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another 1st down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's doing it right now.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
Well, let's talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the option, here's Henry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football, and he's got a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
After the sack on first down, Hurts. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A first down carry for Henry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their mobile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, what a play by Dotson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
When I struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because The entire game, he's been...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll drop to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a gain of 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 19 White.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Henry again on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go play action here on first down. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Dixie Maverick.
They go play action with Hurts. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They keep it with Henry on first down.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Second and 1. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. And even 60 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in this.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Derrick Henry.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
If there's one thing they are lacking in, it's confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hurts.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
The 71 yards on the ground for him so far.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Off the option, here's Henry.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Hurts to throw.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
82 yards.
And the Commanders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is down to 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Lions take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, It's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Take it at the 37. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's going to let it fly. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey,